Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Sharmin Nur Izzati binti Saifuddin and my metric number is 03 DKA 22F1043. And today I would like to present about my clause 40 damage for non-completion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Nurbaki binti Aswandi, nombor pendaftaran 03 DKA 22F1074. Hari ini saya akan membentangkan tajuk kelas 40 damage for non-completion.
So what is about damage for non-completion? Damage for non-completion, for the introduction, is actually about the obligation of contractor is to complete the works within a stipulated time or within the extended time granted works for the exactly time that we got the certificate of non-completion. So the contractor has to compensate the employer for the loss incurred due the delayed completions. Okay, this is the situation where the works do not reach practical completion within the contractual completion date. So first of all, there was a site positions, and then the second one got works completed and CPC. What is CPC? CPC is cost per claim. We got CCMGD, final payment and final account. In the due site positions to works completed CPC, they were called contract periods. And then the work completed and CPC go to CMGD and final payment and final account, we call DLP. What is DLP? DLP is data loss prevention. So here, if the work are not completed by completion date, it's called non-completion, and this leads to the delay in completion of the works. Here, the details process about situation that the works did not reach partial completion within the contractual completions. So you guys must be questioning why this damage of non-completions happens. For the consequences of delay, three things because of the delay. First is extensions of time. If the delay is not due to the contractor faults, it may be because about management system. So maybe the contractor don't know the details about management system. A comprehensive contractor shows states every of a business relationship, including price, payment terms, type of service or product, and etc. So if the contractor don't know the exactly things, so it's not the contractor fault because the problem of management system. So number 2 is about determinations. If delay is serious and caused by contractor, maybe because the mispresentations of client requirements. So it's a major factor causing time and cost overruns in projects and lead to extra time and cost spent on correcting the mistakes. And number 3 is about liquidated and assignated. If the delay is caused by contractor, maybe it's because of the complexity of project could also be contributing factor to times and cost overrun. The complexity of project can be determined by size of the project, diversity or stakeholder and degree of scope change. For instance, most mega projects tend to have relatively long implementation period compared to small project. That was cause of the consequences of delay. So we go to the next slide. So you must ask question is about certificates of non-completions. So if the contractor does not do the works the exact times. So the SO will give the contractor a certificate of non-completion if the contractor fails to complete their job on time. Now, exact dates issuance normally issue on the completion date. Certificate of non-completion is a condition precedent to deductions of LAD. So, what the effect of the issuance of certificate of non-completions? First, the employer is entitled to be compensated for all losses suffered by him for the delay beyond the contractual completion date. And the second is the amount of LAD to be paid to the employer is calculated based on the rates stated in the appendix. And the third is the mesh cover any periods between the completion dates and the dates of CPC, which is cost per clip. And now I'll pass another slide to Balkis.
Saya akan menyambung pembentangan Syarmin Nur Izzati dengan tajuk The Contractor Liables in Damage LAD in the event of late completion. We have three: one, a fixed amount, two, a predetermined amount, and three, an agreed amount. And damage for non-completion of LAD is based on the loss of income by the employer. This method is normally applicable to small projects that provide revenue to the employer. The damage may be taken as equal to the estimated amount of rental of the building. For example, this slide shows us the calculation for non-completion damage. Next, I explain about the damage for non-completion computation of LAD. Based on all factors that contribute to the total loss incurred by the employer, this is normally applicable to bigger projects that provide revenue to the employer. This method is more comprehensive and includes such factors as financing charge, loss of income, and prolongation costs. This page shows us the example of the calculation, page 2 and page 3. And then I will explain about the damage for non-completion computation of LAD. Based on the cost of providing finance for the contract works, like the interest on the loan to be paid by the employer. And this method is normally applicable to non-making profit concerns, such as for projects that do not provide revenue to the employer, such as school, mosques, clinics, and others. Is it difficult to determine what the real damage is? That's a good reason for liquidating the damage. Percentage of LAD, usually prime rates / 369 days. These prime rates may be obtained from any commercial bank in the area where the project is situated, such as for this example picture show us the prime rate and others. Lastly, I will give the conclusion about this topic, that is damage for non-completions. First, the conclusion is the contractor is responsible to complete the works within the contract period or extend time granted by him.